Hey guys, we're hanging out backstage here at Rockfest, and I have found Rob Zombie. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
And for people who don't know, could you maybe just talk about yourself a little bit?
Talk about myself a little bit. Well, if you don't know anything about me, why bother? Who cares?
What do you think people would be surprised to know about you, Rob?
I don't know. I think everyone doesn't know anything about me. I've tried to, as much as possible, never tell the truth about anything. So they would be surprised about just about everything.
Wow.
And I'll keep it that way.
You got some dark secrets in there?
Yeah. I don't tell anybody anything. I keep my personal life to myself.
All right, well, if you woke up today and you were ruler of the world, what would be one thing you'd like to change?
Ruler of the world, eh? I like the sound of that. Oh, God, I don't know. All I do is lay around complaining about everything. Let's see. No more reality television. How about that?
I like that answer.
Ever.
Not a fan of reality television?
No, I think it makes people stupid. It glorifies stupidity, and then I think the average IQ of the person watching it is plummeting. No more children for anyone.
I like it.
No one's allowed to have children. That's the first thing I would say.
How did you get into music? I know you've been doing this for a while, just maybe briefly. How did you get into music?
I mean, I guess I got into music the same way anyone does. You know, just a kid, you like music, and it just seems like it could quite possibly be the greatest thing ever you could do. Simple as that.
You must like it, though. You've been doing it for a while.
Oh, I like everything that I do. I would never do. It's too much work if you don't like it. I mean, you have to do it because you love it, because every day's, you know, it may appear to be only fun, but it's, you know, it's a lot of work. So.
And I know you changed your last name to Zombie. Is that actually your real name?
Yeah, it started off as a nickname about 20 years ago, and it just became so confusing. I just changed it legally to make life simple.
See, I go by BryanStars. I'm thinking about changing it, or my legal lead, to BryanStars. What do you think about that?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. What did your name used to be? Steve?
Brian O'Dell.
Oh, it's the
just the last name.
The first name you changed.
No.
I'm just kidding. I totally understand what you're saying.
What advice would you give to yourself 10 years ago starting out? What have you learned about maybe not even just music, but this whole entertainment business?
Well, I pretty much. For some reason, I don't have any bad stories. I never got ripped off because I never trusted anyone to begin with. And, you know, you just have to be, the biggest thing the only time I've ever got burned is you have to trust your gut. Like if you meet somebody, immediately go like, I don't trust this Bryan Star. Go with that feeling.
So you just follow your gut, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Because whenever you go against it, you go, I knew that guy was full of shit.
You've been really successful in music, but you're also kind of become a pretty big name in Hollywood. Do you think you're a superstar?
Probably not if the first thing you said is tell somebody who you are if they don't know who you are. Would you tell Mel Gibson to say that?
It's probably true.
I was the Road Warrior. Braveheart? Anyone?
Now, I'm just going to be honest here, but your music and your movies can be a little bit dark. Is there a reason that you kind of have the whole gory, bloody, kind of dark side of the world thing to your stuff?
I just like it. You know, truthfully, I just like dark, weird material. And there's just not enough of it. Everything seems so clean and homogenized. I get disappointed by everything, you know?
Yeah.
That's why, I don't know, I feel like these days I feel like everything's for children. Like every movie that comes out, even if it's really good, I feel like these seem like children's movies. It's always like superheroes and shit. I like dark, and it doesn't have to be violent, but I mean, you think of like Godfather, Taxi Driver, whatever. Those movies, they were dark adult movies, and now everything just seems like happy popcorn eating shit.
So you think you're doing the world a favor?
I'm doing myself a favor. I don't know. I just do what I like, and if someone else likes it too, I guess it's a bonus, you know?
If you ever did have kids, or you around kids, would you want them listening to your stuff or watching your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it wouldn't matter. I mean, when I was a kid, I watched, you know, I was totally into Alice Cooper, which is sort of like that, and watched all kinds of horror movies and stuff. It doesn't matter. It only affects kids if they're stupid. But if your kids are intelligent, they can distinguish between reality and fantasy, one would hope.
You might get that kid, though, who takes your stuff a little too literally, right?
You're going to get that guy anyway. But I would always joke, you know, it's like the prisons are not jam-packed with people that listen to too much, you know, heavy metal or watch too many horror movies. Trust me, that's not the problem.
I'm sure you meet people who you're like an idol to them, and you have a lot of fans and stuff like that. How do you feel any pressure to be like a role model, or I don't know, that people look up to you in that regard?
Well, I don't feel a pressure to be a role model. I feel a pressure to be nice to people when they come up to you, because nothing's more devastating than being a fan of somebody and you meet them and they're a jerk.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck.
Right?
And I've never had that happen. I mean, like the people I've met, like Alice is super nice, and he's, you know, and it's so great that you're like, thank God, I've loved this guy for 30 years and he's cool, you know. But sometimes people fucking jerk-offs. But so I try as hard to, sometimes people catch you at weird moments, but I always try to be nice to everybody just for that reason.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever done to get your attention?
One time this radio station was having a contest, like who can do the craziest thing to meet the band. So this guy's idea was, I'm gonna carve the radio station's logo into my chest. And they brought him backstage, like, hey, meet Fred, he won our contest. And he's just gushing blood. I'm like, really? Does this seem like a good idea to anyone? He looks like he's gonna pass out. I was like, get him to the hospital for Christ's sake. Yay, nice to meet you. Would have been easier just to be the fourth caller,
Rob Zombie, guys, awesome interview. It's gonna be a good show tonight, and got some awesome projects. Great show, that's right.
Greatest show you ever saw.
That's right.
And you're gonna go, holy fuck.
And you think Brian?
Believe what I just saw.
You think BryanStars got a future in this?
BryanStars is gonna lose his mind tonight. Next time you see him, he's not gonna look like this.
That's right. He's gonna help me out. He's gonna change me.
He's gonna be all in silver.
Show me the dark
You need to
side.
wear more silver if you're gonna have a name like BryanStar.
You're right. Why don't you hook me up? You've got some silver stuff going on here.
I don't, but
Well,
Alice has a nice silver tuxedo. Maybe you can borrow it from him.
apparently I'm colorblind. Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Come with me behind the scenes, backstage, and onto the tour bus to meet your favorite stars. We are backstage with Slipknot. I am here with my good friend, the American Idol, Chris Allen. I'll ask questions you've never heard before and show you the answers you won't find anywhere else. You said you're a Justin Timberlake fan.
No.
No? Maybe that wasn't you?
Oh my God, I shouldn't have smoked all that weed.
What do you like about Katy Perry?
Everything. Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Huge meaning or self-defining sort of thing.
I think we just lost one of our interviews. Rate, comment, and subscribe for new videos every week. Reporting for YouTube, I'm Brian O'Dell.
BryanStars! BryanStars!
I'm the reason you go on tour.
You're the reason I'm here, baby.